Hello and welcome back to our Intro to Bricata series. Today we will be talking about customizing your view. The alerts and metadata pages both have fully customizable views for displaying desired data. We also have extensive filtering and grouping options available to customize your view. Customizing the alerts view, which you see here, takes form in several different ways. First, we may change our default view. Right now, the default view is the 5-tuple view, which is based around source IP address, source port, destination IP and port, as well as protocol. We also have the option in order to use the 3-tuple or the client server ID, as well as the list view. And the list view is the most typical starting point, as this is the most customizable view in the system and where we will spend most of our time. Inside of the list view, you will see here that we have different columns available with different data in them. This will span from the alert severity all the way over to the tags column. Now from this view, we can customize different pieces of information that we see via the Show Hide Columns button right below the pie chart. This Show Hide Columns button is based around the data that is present. On a production system like this, I will leverage grouping in order to give myself some summarization of the data to see, for instance, what the groups of messages are in order to see what alerts that I'm working with that may be more talkative than others. You can see here that there will be a histogram built for each of these categories of alerts, and you are able to add multiple groupings if desired. For instance, if you wanted to also add in your destination IP address. This will allow you to group even further and see if there is any commonalities in the traffic. Filters may be applied. As you can see here, we are filtering by one single sensor in order to change what traffic you are looking at. There are a number of different filter fields available, and you may use these in any combination with up to 3 separate groups of filters available in a single search. Next, we will cover the search box. The search box allows you to search for details inside of your alerts. Next, if you want to save this view with the exact column layout, you will then in the upper left-hand corner, click on the drop-down, Add New, and then once you hit Save New, you will type in a name and hit Create, and then hit the Update Filter button. If desired, you may make updates to these views in the future, and all you need to do to save that is hit the Save button as you did initially during creation, anytime, and it will save the changes of that particular view. As you can see here, in the metadata view, we have the same customization options on the left-hand navigation plane. This allows us to use the search, which will search available index fields inside of the data, the filter menu, which we have in order to narrow down the data that you're looking at, the grouping menu, as well as the tags menu. When adding a filter menu inside of the metadata view, you will notice that there is a much larger list of fields available, and this is due to the larger amount of data fields that we have available in the metadata. The default view on the system will use the connection or con log first. This is the base log source that is enabled on all systems, and it gives you the option to start with connection details when looking at your data. If you would like to add in other log sources that you have present in the system, you may press the Source button in the upper right-hand corner below the pie chart and histogram. As you can see here, there is a number of different log sources enabled, and these all have different types of data that is pulled from the traffic and is available for viewing or searching. When selecting the Views menu in the upper right-hand corner of the metadata screen, you will see that there is a number of different columns that you have available. The available columns are based around the individual data sources you have selected. As you can see here, we have the con log selected by default. If you'd like to add other data sources, you may select them in the data sources at the top, and this will add in the available columns that you have to your total list. The available columns is based around the data that is present. If these data sources are not turned on or this traffic was not detected, then you will not have that available data source in your view. You may then customize your selected columns, and you may also use the drop-down menu in the upper left in order to save this particular view if desired. Thank you for joining on this section of Intro to Bricata. If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to reach out.